welcome back to my class. You know that I am Halim Nisa, teacher and junior lecturer of Elizabeth High School and Junior College. So in today's class we are discussing about chapter 5th from economic subject second year, chapter named as agricultural sector. In this lesson, any economy consists of the three important sectors and they are agriculture, industry and services. Exactly. So in this chapter now the various issues related to the agricultural sectors such as importance of agriculture, growth of agriculture in Indian economy and causes for low agriculture productivity and measures to improve the agriculture productivity, land forms and green revolution and its impact and agricultural finance and rural indebtedness and agricultural marketing and pricing and food security in India are discussed in this lesson. So first we will go with the importance and growth of agriculture in Indian economy. So in importance and growth of agriculture in Indian economy is that here the agriculture sector occupies an important place by providing the basic necessary food and non-food products for the general populace and the raw materials for the industrial development in developed and developing countries. Exactly. So here both the industrial and the agricultural sectors are mutually interdependent for their development. So here the agriculture process is normally a prerequisite and for the industrial development. Here the rising in agricultural productivity supports and sustains the industrial development into the following ways, like release a part of its labor force for industrial development with meeting in the increasing of food needs, and it raises agricultural incomes, here thereby creating a rural purchasing power to buy the industrial goods, and here the rural savings may be mobilized if finance industrial development, and also here the agriculture sector provides the wage goods of the industrial workers at a favorable price, and also it earns or savings of a foreign change is also possible with the agricultural sector. So here the agriculture sector contribute to the economy in three ways, and that namely as it provides the food grains to the people and raw materials to the industrial sector, and this is called as the product contribution. And second one is that here the developed agricultural sector can transport the labor and the capital to the industrial sector and also develop its own agro processing industries, and this is known as the factor contribution. And third one is that here agricultural sector supplies its product to the both domestic and foreign market, and it is also purchase some products from other sectors, and this supply and demand interdependence is known as the market contribution. Get it? So after this now we will see about the importance of agriculture in Indian economy. So here in importance of agriculture in Indian economy is that as Gandhiji said that in India lives in a village, and according to a 1951 census, here the population of India in 1951 was 361 million, consists of 83% of rural population and 17% of urban population. So here the census of 2011 reveals that the total population reached 1,210 millions in 2011 with 63:31 as rural and urban population ratio. So here India has the 3% of the world's arable land, and it has the second largest producer of the wheat and rice in the world. So here it feeds the 17% of the world's population. It's great. And here the India occupies the second place and third place in the production of fruits and vegetables and food grains and fishes in the world respectively. So all these show that the importance of agriculture sector in Indian economy. Here the agriculture is the backbone of the Indian economy. Exactly. And the significance of the agriculture in Indian economy can be explained under the different heads, like share of agriculture in the national income, share of agriculture in employment, providing raw materials to industries, market for industrial products, capital formation, provision of food security and poverty reduction, importance in international trade, role of agriculture in economic planning and economic development. So here, after the importance of agriculture in Indian economy, now we will see about the growth of agriculture in Indian economy. So here, at the time of the independence, here the India's agriculture was in a state of backwardness. So here the farmers were in heavy debt and they did not have the knowledge of use to the proper equipment and good seeds and the chemical manures. So here, except in certain irrigated areas, they were dependent on rainfall and monsoons. Exactly. So here the productivity per hectare and per worker was extremely very low. So that's why here the country was not self-sufficient in the food grains and had to depend on imports of food grains. Over the 70% of the working population was engaged in cultivation. So here, while planning to develop the agriculture sectors, here the Planning Commission has kept the four boards objectives that are patterns in investment in the agriculture sector and policies, and the cropping pattern and its determining factors, then the irrigation, and then the agriculture production and productivity trends. So first we will go with the patterns of investment in the agricultural sector and policies. Here the total outlay in each plan has increased and had the outlay on agriculture and allied sectors had also increased. 11th plan. Then come to the cropping pattern and its determining factors. First we will go with the cropping pattern. Here in this cropping pattern indicates the proportion of area under the different crops at a point of time and changes in this distribution over a period of a time. So here the crops are divided into two groups, namely as food grains and non-food grains. Here the rice, wheat, corn, cereals and pulses are including in food grains. Exactly. And all other crops excluding the food grains are included in non-food grains. Okay. So here there was a steady increase in the area under the cultivation and area irrigated and area under the highly yielding varieties. So here, as a result, both the agriculture production and the agriculture productivity has risen. Exactly. At the beginning of the 20th century, here more than the 80% of the land was under the food crops and about the 17% is under non-food crops by 1950 to 1951. Here the area under the food crops has declined to 74% and area under non-food crops has increased up to 26%, and by 2010 to 2011 here the share of area under the food grains has further declined to 66% and the area under the non-food grain has increased up to 34%. So here, after the cropping pattern, now we will see about the determining factors of the cropping pattern. Here the cropping pattern in India has undergone a significant changes with the introduction of a new technology. Exactly. So here the cropping factors is due to a number of factors which can be classified into natural factors, social factors, historical factors, economic factors, government action. Now, after determining factors of cropping pattern, now we will discuss about the irrigation. Here, irrigation is a vital input to increase the agricultural output to meet a food requirements of the ever increasing population in India. Exactly. So, during the 50 years since independence, the government has spent about rupees 2.31 lakh crores on major and medium and minor irrigation works. Get it here. So as a result, here the irrigation potential increased from the 23 million hectares in the pre-planned period to 89 million hectares at the end of 1996 to 1997. Get it here. And by 2006 to 2007, here the total irrigation potential created increased to 103 million hectares. So here the contribution of major and medium works was 42 million hectares, and that of the minor irrigation work was the 61 million hectares. Unfortunately, here the irrigation potential created has not been fully utilized, and the gap between the potential created and the actual utilization was widening. So here India has the large irrigated area among all the countries in the world, and this has greatly contributed to increase in food grains production from 51 million tons in 1950-1951 to 257 million tons in 2012 to 2013. Get it here? So after irrigation, now we will see about the agriculture production and productivity trends. So it is necessary to examine the production and the productivity trends in agriculture for assessing the performance of Indian agriculture sector. Exactly. So first is the production trends. So after production trends, here come to the trends in production. So here with the introduction of a planning in 1950 to 1951, there was a rapid extension of irrigation and application of the intensive method of cultivation. So here after the introduction of modern agriculture practices, including the adoption of the hybrid seeds since 1964 to 1965, there is a steady and the continuous increase in yield per hectare of all the crops. It's the yield of crops in India since from 1950 to 1951. Here the productivity of crops is measured by the average production of crops per hectare of their cropped area. Get it? So here after that, now we will discuss the causes for the low productivity in agriculture and measures to improve the agricultural productivity in India. So first we will see the causes for low productivity. Here there are many causes for the low productivity in Indian agriculture, which can be explained under three causes, that is general causes, institutional causes and technical causes. In general causes, social environment, population pressure on land degradation, inadequate infrastructure. So all these are the general causes. Now we will see the institutional causes, and they are land tenure system, size of holdings, lack of entrepreneurship, deficiency of investment. So all these are the institutional causes. Now we will see about the technical causes, and they are poor techniques of production, inadequate irrigation, environmental factors. So all these are the technical causes. After this, now we will see about the measures to improve the agriculture productivity in India. Here the causes for the low agriculture productivity also suggest the measures to increase the productivity. Exactly. So here the low productivity problems has to be attacked from the institutional, technical, social and economic angles. So they are institutional reforms, improve inputs, improving the returns to the farmers, management. So all these are the measures to improve the agriculture productivity in India. So by this we will stop here and continue in our next class. Thank you.